Lotus Pond. This poem is set actually right in Sydney Harbour, so you can maybe picture that. We have a botanic gardens there right next door to the Sydney Opera House, and in the gardens is a lotus pond, and this poem reflects upon that place. I wrote it as part of a residency I had at the gardens, but I hope it survives that particular context. It has a line in it, South of My Days, which is a riff on a great Australian poet, Judith Wright, one of whose books was titled South of My Days. And I refer to the cross of St. Thomas and the Buddha, I think, in here, because, of course, the lotus has been a metaphor in many spiritual systems, embodying what I'm talking about in the poem, I guess, which is that you don't get to heaven unless you start in hell, essentially. Lotus Pond. If you want heaven, start in mud. Begin transfiguration where you're stuck. Take your pilgrimage standing up to your ankles in sludge. And if the ground binds, and if your boots stick, and if you step out of them when you set off, if the odor on a summer's day when the water ebbs is noisome where you begin, so much more pure your thoughts will be when they flower, so much sweeter the garden's scent when you breathe it in, so much more like birdsong your voice when you begin at last to speak. Start underwater if you want the sky. Start in the abject underworld if you want the lighted earth. Start among the throng of ears that cannot hear. Sink in detritus. Seed in the strife that your life and every life falls into now and then. Serenity springs from squalor. Love is only love if it can bear the badlands out. And these wastes, good for nothing more substantial, bloom light and outshine day. The lotus pond, a repurposed wetland well south of its days, is a perfect picture empty of the imperfection of your soul, helplessly in love with the vulgate particulars of the second-hand world. In flower, the pond is your Buddha self, at her ease. The Christ of St. Thomas come down from the cross. Freedom starts, but refuses to stay in want. Literature takes its first steps in slur and slurry. Put down roots when no one else can, in the compost of loss, in the suspect terrain of the only life you may ever get to grow in. Nothing is wrong for long, and hope cannot stay lost if beauty can walk from the wreck, and the lotus can raise heaven from the dreck and the dross.